Let us chant Omkara 3 times. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to Bhagavad Gita, Shankara Bhashyam. I am a student. I am not a Pandita or I am not a Jnani. I am studying myself and I am making some notes. I am conducting these sessions and sharing my notes. If it is useful to you, please take it. I may be wrong in my understanding, but I am doing it to improve my understanding. If there are any errors, please forgive me. Let me share the screen. So we are studying Bhagavad Gita, Shankara Bhashyam, chapter 2, Shloka 11. In that we are studying, we just started, we are going through that. So let me proceed. So there is a Vrittikara Purvapaksha. There was, before Shankaracharya, there was a prominent figure who is known as Vrittikara. He had a, Shankaracharya in his commentary has quoted Vrittikara's Purvapaksha. Purvapaksha means his argument against what Shankaracharya is going to quote. So Purvapaksha is what the opponent is going to say. First, Shankaracharya will specify, will mention what the opponent argument is, and then he will refute it. So Vrittikara's position is, some say, that's what Shankaracharya said, this is basically Vrittikara. Vrittikara has said like this before. What Vrittikara's position is, it is not possible to attain Kaivalya by following Sarva Karma Sannyasa Purvaka Atmanishta alone. In the previous session, we have seen that Shankaracharya was mentioning that Sarva Karma Sannyasa Purvaka Atmanishta. That means Sarva Karma Sannyasa. All karma should be renounced. That means one should not be doing any karma. Karma means Vaidika karma. Vaidika karma, expecting fruits of action. That should not be there as per Shankaracharya. But Vrittikara says, only by Atmanishta one cannot get Kaivalya. The Nishreyasa cannot be got. Atmanishta alone without Vaidika karma and Smarta karma cannot give moksha. This is the position of Vrittikara. And many of the other commentators also in other schools. They say Atmanishta, when combined with practice of Vaidika karma like Agnihotra and Smarta karma, can bestow Kaivalya Prapti. Without Vaidika karma and like Agnihotra and Smarta karma, Atmanishta alone cannot give Kaivalya Prapti. This combination of Atmanishta plus Vaidika karma is called Jnana karma samuchaya. This is the central purport of Gita teaching as per Vrittikara and some of the other schools who have given the interpretation of Bhagavad Gita. Continuing, one example is in Vaidika karma, there is a karma called Darshapurna Masa and other things. There is a prerequisite for that. To do Darshapurna Masa, there is a prerequisite Anga Yaga you have to do, like Prayaja and Anuyaja. So, to do Darshapurna Masa, so basically, if a person performs Darshapurna Masa, he will attain heaven. That is the belief or faith. But to do Darshapurna Masa, the person should have done Prayaja and Anuyaja. So it's a combination. So this is how Vedic karma, Vaidika karma will be like that. There will be a karma to do, Vedic karma, to attain heaven. And there is a Anga Yaga for it. That means prerequisite you have to do, like Prayaja and Anuyaja. Similarly, Atmanishta also has Vaidika karma like Agnihotra and Smarta karma as prerequisites, which when done together will bestow Kaivalya. This is the position of Vrittikara. Okay. So Vrittikara's Purvapaksha is Jnana karma samuchaya leads to Kaivalya and not just Atma Jnana alone. And there are supporting sentences in Bhagavad Gita for Jnana karma samuchaya. What are this? They quote the following sentences from Bhagavad Gita as support for Jnana karma samuchaya. What are they? In chapter 2, sloka number 23, Adachetvam imam dharmyam sangramam nakarishyasi. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, if you don't fight, you will incur sin. All those things. If you don't want to fight, if you don't want to do, so Krishna says that. And another sloka he says, Karmanyeva adhikaraste. You should do karma. You have right to do karma. And in chapter 2, sloka 47. And another example is Kuru karma eva tasmatvam. Chapter 4, sloka 15. So you should do karma. That's what Krishna is saying, seemingly saying. So this is the position of Vrittikara. Also, in the Purvapaksha continuing, there is a Sankhya Purvapaksha. As per Sankhya, they say, Na himsyat sarva. So continuing Vrittikara's Purvapaksha and Sankhya Purvapaksha, Na himsyat sarva bhutani. Shruti says, don't injure anyone. Shruti says, don't injure anyone. But as per the above Shruti Vakya, violence and injury to anyone is prohibited. But in Vaidika karma, there is injury to animals. In the previous days, before Shankaracharya, in Vaidika karma, animal sacrifice was a well-established practice. As also eating of non-vegetarian food. They sacrifice animals and eat that non-vegetarian food. Therefore, Vaidika karma is not fit to be followed because Shruti says, Na himsyat sarva bhutani. Don't injure anyone. Therefore, Vaidika karma is not to be followed, cannot be practiced along with Atma Jnana. Therefore, Jnana karma samuchaya is not possible. If you raise this objection, this is not a valid argument. Why? Because this is all Purva-paksha only, they're saying. Why? Because Vrittikara's position on violence is engaging in a war means engaging in violence against guru, brothers, sons, etc. But still, it is the Swadharma of a Kshatriya. Kshatriya, warrior clan, has to engage in a war. There is a Smruti Vakya. As per Smruti Vakya, a Kshatriya incurs sin if he doesn't engage in a war. This is what Smruti says. Therefore, war is a Nitya Karma and Swadharma of a Kshatriya. If a Kshatriya doesn't engage in war, he will be incurring sin. So, even Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you will incur sin, you will lose fame and dharma if you don't fight. So, Sri Krishna says that to Arjuna. Therefore, for a Kshatriya, violence is permitted, action is permitted, and action should not, there should not be sannyasa as per Vrittikara's position. Applying same logic on violence towards Vaidika karma, Shruti also says in some places, Agnishomiyam Pashumala Beta. So, and other Shvetamala Beta. So, there are many places which prescribe animal sacrifice. If war is dharma for a Kshatriya on the basis of Smruti Vakya, injunction from Smruti Vakya, then Vaidika karma involving violence and animal sacrifice and injury are also dharma based on injunction from above Shruti Vakyas. Therefore, one should not and cannot stop doing Vaidika karma. Sannyasa should not be taken. Atma Jnana has to be combined with Vaidika karma. Jnana karma samuchaya has to be followed. This is the Vrittikara's Purva-paksha. So what is Bhagavan Sri Shankaracharya's position? Bhashyakara means Shankaracharya. His Siddhantam. His Siddhantam is Tad Asat. That argument is invalid. The above Purva-paksha argument is incorrect. For example, in Shukti Rajata Bhranti, the knowledge of Shukti Rajata Bhranti means you are walking on a seashore, you see there is a shell which shines in the sunlight and appears like a silver. The person who sees the light, shining light, thinks that it is a silver and he thinks that he can buy something with that. So this greed has been produced in the mind of the person by looking at the Shukti Rajata Bhranti, thinking that there is silver coin there. How does this silver coin, knowledge of silver coin is removed? If he knows that it is Shuktika, meaning the shell of a dead animal. It's a shell which is shining like a Rajata, silver. Then with the correct knowledge, the erroneous knowledge of Rajata, silver, is removed, and the emotions caused by the knowledge of Rajata are also removed. So, to do so, the knowledge of Shuktika alone is sufficient. It does not require any other help. Therefore, knowledge is capable of removing incorrect knowledge. It does not require any karma. You don't have to do karma. Knowledge is capable of removing incorrect knowledge. Right knowledge can remove incorrect knowledge. There is no karma involved there. Whereas to do a Vaidika karma requires a helper object or a ritual. You require lot of objects. You require the ghee, you require to pour it into the fire. You require a fire, you need the yajna, you need all the things required for the yajna. Ritual is required, people are required. So karma requires a helper object or a ritual. And if you do karma, therefore, if you do karma, you attain heaven or something. So karma requires some helper objects or rituals. But whereas jnana does not require any karma or any helping objects. Jnana alone can remove erroneous knowledge. Therefore, jnana does not require help of karma. Jnana is independently capable of removing ajnana and bestowing kaivalya. This is the position of Shankaracharya. Similarly, there are some Gita Vakyas quoted, right, for jnana karma samuchaya, that karma has to be done. So to explain that, the Gita Vakyas like karmanyeva adhikaraste, kuru karmayeva tasmatvam, etc. support samuchaya. This is also incorrect argument. Why? Because Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita clearly, distinctly talks about two buddhis. What are the two buddhis? He says Sankhya Buddhi and Yoga Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi for Jnananishta and Yoga Buddhi for Karmanishta are told for two differently temperamental people. Sankhya Buddhi for Jnananishta and Yoga Buddhi for Karmanishta are told for two differently temperamental people. Where did he tell? We'll see. He told Sankhya and Yoga for two different persons. In Bhagavad Gita, whenever the word Yoga comes, it means Karma Yoga. Whenever the word Sankhya comes, it is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yogena Sankhyana, Karma Yogena Yogina. In Bhagavad Gita, he mentions this. For the Sankhya Yogis, I have told Jnana Yoga. And for Karma Yogis, for Yogis, I have told Karma Yoga. This is what Bhagavad Gita Sri Krishna says. This statement clearly differentiates the two different paths. Therefore, Jnana Karma Samuchaya is not possible. What is Sankhya Buddhi? Sri Krishna's teaching starts from Gita Shloka 2.11, second chapter, 11th Shloka, Ashauchyan Anvashochastvam, and up to Gita Shloka 2.31, Swadharma Vichaveksha, chapter 2, 31st Shloka, explaining the Atma Tattva is considered as Sankhya Buddhi. Chapter 2, Shloka number 11 to chapter 2, Shloka number 31 are considered as Sankhya Buddhi. What is Sankhya? Meaning of Sankhya? Samyak Khyayata iti Sankhya. Well-illumined Vedic wisdom is called Sankhya. And those who have this Sankhya is called Sankhya Yogis. As per the Gita Shloka, Na Jayate Mrete Va, that starts in this between 2.11 and 2.31. In this Prakarana, it shows that Atma is without Shadvikara. What is Shadvikara? 6 modifications. What are they? Birth, being, growth, modification, decay, and destruction. These Shadvikaras Atma do not have. Therefore, Atma is Akarta. It is non-doer. Abhokta. It is non-enjoyer. This knowledge is called Sankhya Buddhi. Atma is Akarta, Abhokta is Sankhya Buddhi, and those adhere to this are called Sankhya Yogis, Paramahamsa Parivrajaka's. So this is the definition of Sankhya Yogis. What is Yoga Buddhi? The second path is the Sankhya Buddhi, that I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer, I am supreme spirit, is diametrically opposite to Karma Pravritti Marga. What is Karma Pravritti Marga? Karma Yogi requires the knowledge that I am the doer, I am this body, I am different from the body, but I am a soul, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I will do this karma and I will accrue this karma phala. If I do a dharma act, I will accrue dharmic phala, and I am doing an adharmic act, I will accrue adharma karma phala. And by doing this karma, I will be accruing this karma phala. This is the knowledge of a karma yogi. And difference between a normal karma nishta and a karma yogi is, karma yogi will think, my karma phala belongs to Ishvara. I dedicate my karma phala to Ishvara for the sake of moksha. That person is a nishkama karma yogi. So this thought process of dedicating karma for God makes a person fit, yogya for moksha. Therefore, that person is called a karma yogi. What is the difference between a normal person who does karma and a karma yogi? Is a person who does karma does it for selfish benefit. He wants the karma phala. And a karma yogi is one who is yogya because he dedicates the fruits of his action to Bhagavan. And this process is called karma yoga. Sankhya Buddhi versus Yoga Buddhi. As per Bhagavad Gita 2.31, Esha te vihita Sankhya Buddhir Yoge Tyumamshu. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna clearly prescribed Jnana Nishtha to Sankhya yogis and Karma Nishtha to yogis. Why? Why did he do that? Because Karma Nishtha requires the knowledge, I am a soul, I am different from body, but I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I accrue karma phala, and I dedicate karma phala to Ishvara. This knowledge is required for karma nishtha. And a jnana nishtha, a person who is follower of jnana, requires the knowledge, I am the non-doer, I am non-doer, Atma is akarta, abhokta, I am non-enjoyer, I am pure consciousness. This knowledge is required for jnana nishtha. This is the difference between karma nishtha and a jnana nishtha. So what jnana nishtha requires a different outlook psychology from karma nishtha. Therefore, Sri Krishna prescribed two different nishtha for two different types of persons. Therefore, we can say jnana karma samuchaya is not possible in the same person at the same time. A person can follow jnana nishtha for some time and follow karma nishtha for some other time, but at the same time, both psychologies cannot coexist in the same person. Both viewpoints cannot exist in the same person. This is the position of Sri Shankaracharya. Contemplate on jnana karma samuchaya, and if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Nothing from my side, thank you.
Prasadji, sorry for joining in a little late. So what I will do is I'll go through the recording once, and in case there are any questions, I will certainly ask you offline. Thank you so much.
Oh. So think about this, whatever we have discussed today, contemplate on that and try to understand the position of Sri Shankaracharya.
Sure, Prasadji. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll close the session. Put Namaskar mantra. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam, Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyakjyotihi, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyotihi, Shivosmyaham. Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. See you next week.
you.
Thank you.
That was my daughter actually. She was also sitting. Thanks.
He was listening.
Yeah, listening, yeah, but I can't understand. But prayers she can understand.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.